Welcome back to the channel, man. Want to make this video about the benefits of no nuts. And before I even get into the topic, go follow my other YouTube channel, Mr. Solo Dolo. That is my other YouTube channel. This can be my channel talking about specifically no fap, semen retention, the no nut method, which is not ejaculating, not masturbating at all, right? Going through this journey of this practice of retaining your seed, your sexual energy. So right now I'm gonna jump into the benefits of no nutting, semen retention. But I rather call it the no nut method because a lot of guys, it's the same thing as retention, but there's a lot of benefits of, not masturbating and not ejaculating. So when you're practicing no nut / semen retention, you're going to reap a lot of benefits, right? There's gonna be a lot of benefits of abstinence from masturbation, porn, etc. And the most common benefits you're going to be reaping is, better focus, increased focus, increased energy, less shame. When you masturbate, you're sucking your energy dry. You keep on sucking away your soul. Everything that makes you into a man, you are just completely sucking it away. You are drying yourself of any nutrients, any vitality left in you. It's all being sucked away through porn, through a demonic entity that you let in, right? Because that's through porn, that's through masturbation. Those are your own personal demons, right? That you have to overcome. Most men cannot overcome these sexual demons like pornography, masturbation, lust. And you feel more shame. You have more shame in yourself when you masturbate. Yeah, you may feel that temporary high, but after that temporary high is over, you're going to feel a lot of shame, a lot of guilt. You won't feel the same again because you committed something of a sin. You did something wrong. You were doing something you were not supposed to be doing. You were looking at something you weren't supposed to be looking at. So of course, with anything that you're not supposed to be looking at and it's wrong, there comes guilt, there comes a lot of shame, right? But let me tell you something, man. When you're not busting any nuts, period. Let's stop the cap. We're all men here, so let's just be real. When you're wasting your semen, you're jerking off, you get that nut off, you're nutting, basically, you are losing all your vitality. You're losing all of your energy. You are going to feel guilty. It's different when you're having sex with a real woman and not having sex with your computer screen, right? Because when you're looking at something totally distasteful and disgraceful and completely against God, you are going to feel shame. You're going to be embodying that spirit of shame. So, also with retaining, I mentioned a lot of focus. The goals that you have, the aspirations that you have for your life, you are going to be more focused to take on your goals. You're going to be more focused to get stuff done, be more productive. Whatever your mind is set on, it's going to be set on that one thing. You're not going to deprive your focus from the main task. You get what I'm saying? Increased energy, and the energy to basically be productive all day. Okay? When you're transmuting your energy, which is very important during the retention process, you want to transmute your energy into working out. You want to transmute your energy into something more productive, learning a new skill, building your craft, building a business, maybe taking up a class, boxing class, a cooking class, or something that you're more involved with people. You're not home alone, right? More energy to just get stuff done around the house, clean up your room, be more organized with your living space. So these are the benefits, one of the benefits you're going to be reaping once you finally stop masturbating and you preserve your sexual energy. Another benefit is more time. It always feels like every time, as men, when we used to religiously, masturbate, ejaculate and whatnot, we always got the sense that every time that happened, we would become really tired and fatigued and lethargic, and we just would have no energy to do anything. It's like first thing in the morning, we're watching porn, masturbating, and it's like after that's over, we're tired, right? Right when that's over, we're completely tired. We don't want to do nothing else. We don't want to do nothing else. So really, you're wasting most of your time on, artificial stimulation. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time trying to get that high off of something artificial. You're wasting your time staring at a bunch of women on Instagram and on these porno websites. So when you are retaining and you become aware of how important your sexual energy actually is, you will find yourself to have more time. You will find out really quickly that you will have a lot more time on your hands. Because let's think about how many guys on average watch porn. How many times a week? What's the time length of how long they watch a porn video? I don't have a study on me at hand, but I can almost tell you that most guys are consuming, the pornography at least 2 or 3 hours a day. Sometimes 4 hours, 5 hours. Like some guys are that addicted to pornography. They have gotten themselves so stuck into that rut, into that addiction that most of their time is spent on trying to find the most extreme porn video that they can find and jerk off to it. Find something to jerk off to. They waste their entire time and money, but mostly time, because you can't buy time. You can always make money, but you cannot buy time. That's for certain. You cannot buy time. I don't care what you tell me. And it's a damn shame that most guys are wasting their time on pornography 3 hours, 4 hours a day on average. And it's more like a pandemic of the porn. It's a porn pandemic going on. So, but once you get past masturbating, because let's be real, a grown man is not going to masturbate. A grown man ain't going to have time to beat his meat constantly. You are going to find out real quickly how much time you have. You're going to have more time to do other things with your life. Because when you take pornography, masturbation out of the equation, you're going to have more time for things. You're going to have more time to improve yourself, to hang out with family, hang out with certain friends, educate yourself, maybe go back to school, work 2 jobs. It keeps you busy. Things that just keep you occupied and keeps you productive throughout the day, where you're not even thinking about masturbating. Now, I got 2 more benefits I want to talk about. The next thing is more confidence as a man. When when you're retaining your sexual energy, because that is your entire life force, naturally you are going to develop confidence in yourself and your ability to communicate with other people effectively, how you talk to women, just be more comfortable around women. You see, when you have confidence, you have less shame. Guys that are socially awkward, they fidget a lot. They're very fidgetive, right? They stumble on their words. They talk really, really, really fast. You know, they have no swag in how the way they walk, how they carry themselves, how they talk. You know, they're just all over the place. You can tell they lack confidence just by the way they talk, just by the way they carry themselves. Okay, they're not comfortable, right? Like you could be somebody that's like naturally you just are an antisocial person, right? You may not be the most social butterfly ever. You don't have to be, but your aura is going to show off your confidence as a man. And semen retention is going to what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to enhance your aura as a man, which by design by default is going to enhance your confidence. So you can be antisocial, you can not want to be around people in general, you may not even want to be around people, you may not like people, you may be an introvert, which I understand. I'm an introvert myself, somewhat distant from people, but when you are around people, you feel confident. Because the biggest reason why most men are not confident is because they have a lot of shame. They have a lot of heaviness, they have a lot of burden that they're carrying on. They're holding on to, essentially. They're holding on a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, okay, a lot of heaviness and a lot of issues and a lot of trauma that they have not worked out yet. They have not gone through. Okay? It can be very simple to develop confidence once you let go of the porn, once you let go of the masturbation, once you let go of artificial stimulation. You gotta let that go if you want to increase your confidence as a man. And confidence ain't got nothing to do with how you look. Okay? You can look very average. You can be kind of fat. You can dress very average, but still have confidence in yourself. Okay? You still have that aura within you to dress how you want to dress, but still be confident. You know? The most heavy set people, which I'm not co-signing anybody to be fat at all, but I see some fat guys happen to be more confident. Why? It's because they have no real shame other than just being fat. That's probably the only thing that's like holding back their confidence. But there are some bigger dudes that are just confident in themselves, right? I don't ask me how. I just, it sometimes that just is what it is sometimes, But you can tell when a guy lacks confidence when they're just carrying on to so much. A lot of shame, guilt, fear, but they're doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, So moving on from confidence. The last thing I want to talk about is better memory. You're going to have your memory enhanced. Your cognitive function is going to improve. Brain health is going to improve once you let go. You're going to start to memorize a lot of things about your past. And I can tell you from experience, when I first got on semen retention back in October 2019, my longest streak was 10 months straight. Okay, cold turkey. Now in that time frame, I was developing a lot of energy, developing a lot of confidence, also better memory. I was able to memorize more details about my past. And the most important thing about my memory was I was able to, you know, memorize little things about my past that had happened, right? When I was always jerking off and beating my meat, you know, my cognitive function was, you know, wasn't working properly. You know, I didn't have the best memory. But once, you know, I was retaining this life force, I was able to look back at my past, because the whole point was for me to improve the quality of my life. I realized I had a lot of trauma that I need to work through. So in order for me to dissect certain problems in my life back when I was a kid, a teenager, the trauma that I've endured, I had to, you know, get better memory of these things that had happened, so I can, you know, look at them, dissect them, and get through them, and get through with all that shit, and just move on, and put it back in the past where it belongs. You see? And some guys can't, you know, they don't really memorize. They can't really memorize a lot about their past, because there's so much that is when you are addicted to porn, you're addicted to certain drugs and whatnot, you're kind of closed off from things of the past, sort of. Like, you don't really memorize a lot of shit that had happened to you, or you lose track, right? But you're trying to find, like, the root cause of why you are the way you are, you know, and the things that happen in your past is most likely the root cause of why you are doing what you're doing, why you are watching porn, why you are addicted to drinking and smoking and all that stuff. You're addicted to drugs. Yeah, what happened back in your past could be the root cause. So it's important for you to retain, and don't be nutting on yourself, okay? Get that, you know, get better memory so that you can really focus on, you know, killing your past and overcoming it. Because look, listen, the main reason why a lot of guys become addicted, men and women overall become addicted, is because there is something that had happened in their past that affected them very deeply, to make them go to these quote unquote highs of life, like, you know, alcohol, smoking, pornography. These are all highs that are artificial. They're not real. They're not a real high that you are getting. You're trying to fill in a void that you're missing, that you were missing from your childhood and, you know, growing up. And that's why I mentioned better memory as a benefit, because you may need to memorize certain things about your past, you know, the trauma that you have encountered in your life, and busting nuts all day and watching porn. It's taking you away from your problems. The main reason why we can become addicted is because we're trying to run away from our problems. We're trying to run away from our addiction, from our trauma. My bad, our trauma. We're trying to cope with things very unnaturally. We're trying to get away. We're trying to escape our problems, our reality. We don't want to face them. So when you are retaining and you're not busting a nut, that memory is going to improve. You're going to start to remember certain things that happen, and it's going to affect you. It's going to hit you hard, because all these years you've been running away from your problems. You've been running away from your trauma. You have not fought these demons head on. And see, this is more of a spiritual side of it too. Retention is going to lead to you fighting, you know, basically your past. basically overcoming your past, overcoming certain demons that you have ignored because you are so focused on self-destructing through addiction. You know, the addiction is what took you away from those problems. It's what took you away from the reality of your situation. And that's why most guys become addicted to whatever. It's because they're trying to fill in missing voids. They're trying to run away from their problems, run away from reality. They don't want to deal with responsibility. They don't. I was the same way. The reason why I bring this up is because I was the same way growing up. Being a teenager, I wanted to run away from my problems. I didn't want to face them. Right? I wasn't mature enough to deal with my trauma the way that I'm supposed to be dealing with it, you know? I try to run away. I try to ignore responsibility. But once I gain my memory back in terms of my past, it hit me hard. My past and my trauma, it really affected me because I didn't have the porn. I didn't have masturbation, ejaculation to use as a crutch to escape these problems. No, I can no longer lean on the addiction anymore. I can no longer lean on those self-destructive behaviors. I now had to grow up, be a man, and face all of my trauma, face my past. And that's the same thing with a lot of you guys. When you were early in this retention process, you were going to have to fight the old you. Essentially, you're going to have to overcome the old you. You're going to have to, get past your past, overcome your past, overcome certain trauma that you have encountered. So, with that being said, that's all the benefits that I have for you guys when it comes to the NoNut method, and that's what I'm going to title this video, the NoNut method. This is going to be a separate channel to talk about NoFap, retention, pornography addictions, porn on the brain. Been doing my research on this stuff, and y'all can go follow my other channel, Mr. Solo Dolo. That's my first channel, a different channel that I have more subscribers on, so you can go ahead and subscribe to that channel. But this will be specifically a channel where I'll just be discussing NoFap, semen retention, making videos on this topic, giving knowledge, motivation, encouragement, all that, education, etc. So make sure y'all subscribe to this channel, the NoNut lifestyle, because that's the type of time that we are on right now, the NoNut lifestyle. Okay, it's not just a streak, it's not just it's not about how many days you're on, it's about the lifestyle. It's not about the days, okay? It's about the lifestyle, man. So that being said, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to this video. Hopefully this helped out a lot of guys that are early in their retention phase. Sooner or later I'll talk about the flatline process, how to get past that, how to overcome it, how to deal with flatline essentially. But yeah, hopefully this helped out a lot of guys that are on this retention journey. And let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Make sure y'all like the video for the algorithm. Subscribe if you are new. And I'm out, man. Have a good day. Peace.